Welcome to the uni-max workshop. My name is Tomas Krasinski, and this time in the Blackout series, we will be sharpening chisels and plain blades. As the title of this section suggests, we will once again do without electricity. The tools mentioned can be sharpened quickly, easily, and very effectively using a simple jig and sandpaper. This jig helps maintain the angle, allowing even a complete novice to achieve perfect sharpening results with a bit of care. The tool is placed under the aluminum strip, which is adhered with the provided non-slip strip. The fixation is done with 2 nuts. Check the perpendicularity using a level or a square. The tool remains clamped in the jig during all sharpening steps, so you maintain the same angle relative to the abrasive. After removing the tool, the sharpening angle changes, so it's a good idea to make stops for the most common angles. The angle at which to sharpen is quite another story, but generally, blades come with a basic grind of about 25 degrees, and we will only be honing a so-called bevel. It's different for planes. Each plane has its blade set at a different angle, which, along with the cutting edge angle, combines to create the final cutting angle. Therefore, stick to the manufacturer's specifications for the plane. Different angles are used when planing with or against the grain, or sometimes across it. If you are sharpening a completely new edge, whether due to significant damage or a change in angle, use coarser grit to make the work efficient. I have found a quite ordinary sharpening stone with a grit of 121 on one side and 240 on the other. Of course, you can continue sharpening on finer stones, but acquiring suitable stones can be quite a hassle. The quality ones are expensive as hell, and you have to take good care of them, which takes a lot of time. Meanwhile, similar service for occasional sharpening can be done with sandpaper, which is placed on a flat and smooth surface, like a glass sheet. A sheet of quality sandpaper costs just a little over 10 CZK. Plus, you don't have to constantly maintain the flatness like you do with stones. Even with sandpaper on glass, you can flatten your sharpening stones. From Uni-max's selection, I chose papers from the well-known brand Smerdex, specifically sheets of latex waterproof paper designed for wet sanding with silicon carbide grit. We soak sandpapers, just like sharpening stones, in water or a mixture of kerosene and mineral oil. What to choose depends either on the manufacturer's recommendations or personal preferences. For a sheet of sandpaper with a grit of 500, place it on a thicker glass plate with a perfect surface. You can secure it with tape or some clamp. First, it is necessary to grind the face of the tool to the same quality that we will use to sharpen the back. Otherwise, the edge will show signs of rough grinding, even if the back is polished to a high shine. The face is always honed flat. Never tilt the tool. Once we have ground the face, we continue by sharpening the back, or more specifically, the bevel. With the tool secured in the fixture, place it on the sandpaper and carefully move it back and forth. Don't apply too much pressure to avoid tearing the sandpaper. Repeat the entire process with sandpaper of grit 1000 and then 2000. After sharpening the back, turn the tool with the jig and remove the burr from the front edge. At this point, the tool can be worked with quite comfortably. However, if someone wants an even sharper edge, they can continue honing on a higher grit paper. The smoother the edge, the slower it dulls, because it has smaller micro tears. A rougher edge tears into the material being worked and dulls more quickly. Use higher grit abrasive directly if you are just restoring the edge. Then it is necessary to set the same angle that is already on the tool to minimize material removal. The bevel on a chisel and some plain irons allows for quicker honing because a smaller area is sharpened compared to honing the entire back. You can see that anyone can have a perfect edge on their tools, and working with a sharp tool is a joy. You can find links to all the products in the description below the video. If you liked it, please give us a like. And if you don't want to miss another video from the Uni-max workshop, also click subscribe, and maybe even the bell so you get notified as soon as we upload a new video. Take care and see you soon at the Uni-max workshop.